taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's day trading live stream, Friday, May 8th. S&P futures up 34 points, NASDAQ up 204, Russell up 15, and the Dow's up 200. NASDAQ is the strongest of the four. Gold's up 0.5%, silver's up almost 2%. Notes and bonds are green. 10-year yield down about 0.75%. Oil down a little over 0.5%. Natural gas up 2%. Soybeans and wheat slightly green. Corn is red. Euro and the pound are both up about 0.25%, and Bitcoin is down about 0.5%. VIX, a little bit of an expansion, up 0.25%. It was contracting earlier, and then we had the jobs report come out, and then we got a little pop and fade. The S&P pushed above its previous day high along with the NASDAQ, and then they've just been kind of fading as we creep into the open. So the VIX a little bit higher. So I will be doing a 1 DTE iron Condor at the open. Also be entering a 6-7 double calendar that I will plan to transform. Had some earnings last night. Airbnb, Affirm, Coin, CoreWeave, DraftKings, Expedia, Open Door, Sound. Biggest stock movers this morning. Holy moly. MU and SNDK both up another 4%. Qualcomm up 5%. FSLY is up 4%. AMD's up 2.5%. AVGO up 2%. These chips just can't stop, won't stop. On the red side, Sound is down 9.5%. CoreWeave's down 8%. Expedia down 8%. Coin down 3%. Those are the biggest movers. Good morning, all. The Flux tool was having a little bit of issues yesterday. That has been worked out, so it should be all good to go today. And then probably after the market closes, I will be releasing the earnings tool on Flux. So I'll put out a video and some details about that. Once it's done, it may actually be tomorrow, Saturday. I've got my son's baseball game tonight, so I may have to run out a little sooner than I can get that done, but expect that before Monday. 30 seconds until the market opens. Well, the anniversary dinner didn't go as planned. My wife was still not feeling good enough to even go, so we canceled our reservation and we got takeout, Thai food. That was good. I love Thai food, but yeah, all good. Things happen. All right, first thing I want to do here is put on a 6-7. I went with the green curry chicken. How about you, Watson? I love a good Thai curry chicken. Massaman, it's good. I went with the green curry last night. All right, let's see if I can get this filled. My 1 DTE will fire off here in about 30 seconds. Oh, that's the best. When you get somebody else ordering for you that knows what to get. Tesla strong, Nvidia strong. S&P, NASDAQ starting to bounce. NASDAQ trying to get back up to previous day high. I will, let's see, I'm getting partial fill on my 6-7 double calendar here. Wait for the other part to get filled. Now, why did my 1 DTE not fire? Okay, there we go. My 1 DTE is really a Transformers trade, so I'm going to start posting that in the Transformer channel. And I'm still trying to get partial filled on my double calendar here. Guess I'll try to pay up another nickel. All right, there we go. All right, that's posted. All right, now on to the day trades. We've got Tesla and Nvidia acting strong. AMD and MU acting strong. Intel. Another morning where NASDAQ's going up, IWM going down. Nvidia now pulling back to previous day high. I'm gonna load up some calls in Nvidia in case I want to trade that. I would trade the I'll go with the 3 DTE options 215 calls. See if I can get an entry in NVIDIA. PLTR weak, heading lower. Tesla little pullback. MU just relentless, up 8%. NVIDIA's already kind of bouncing. Didn't really give me a good entry. AMD, another push through highs. Big banks all a little bit green. Actually, Bank of America is slightly red. S&P, NASDAQ still bouncing. NASDAQ pushing through pre-market highs, new all-time high. IWM heading down. Oh, you're right, Joey. Well, it looks like SPX or on TOS, it shows VIX with exactly a zero gap, which that's why my 1DTE didn't fire, but I manually fired it. Cryptos are weak this morning. Circle down 2%. Coin down 4.5%. Coin had earnings. Hood is down 2%. MSTR is basically unchanged. I did do a earnings calendar in Coinbase. I guess I better check that out. Looks like I'm up a little bit on my coin. If I get a bounce, I could be up nicely. Oh yeah, Flux is still showing yesterday's data, isn't it? Looks like it is on staging as well. S&P little pullback. NASDAQ still staying strong. All right, S&P getting a little dip. NASDAQ ticked through pre-market highs, pulling back a little bit. Amazon's acting weak. It's down below previous day low. Microsoft and Meta weak. Netflix red. Apple strong again. New all-time highs. Tesla coming down a little heavy. Intel continuing new highs. NASDAQ back up. Yeah, I missed out on the old MU train the last couple weeks here.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Nvidia back up to highs. Bitcoin staying weak. Tesla trying to get back up to highs. Nice little dip and pop in Tezzy. Oh, cool. Thank you, Joseph T. I'm going to consider entering a 13-14 a little bit later. I just want to see if the market's going to move first, so that both my double calendars aren't exactly at the same price level. Q's ripping. Tesla, nice rip. So usually, almost always, I have something expiring Friday, but I don't have anything today. And here's why, my friends. Here is why. If you look at Flux on the 0303 DTE, so that'd be the options expiring today. Look what the ratio has done for the last 20 days. Just gone basically straight up. So when that ratio is pushing up, meaning you're not getting that contraction in the front versus the back in your favor, it's hard to get double calendar profits. S&P trying to make it back up to previous day high. Apple pushing again. Big chips are pushing. AMD, MU, Intel. Man, that NVIDIA on that little dip close to previous day high would have been a beauty. Anybody take anything yet? S&P trying to catch up with NASDAQ. Jonathan W., NVIDIA, and Tesla. Nice. Very nice. Both of those. I'm going to watch Microsoft for puts here right at previous day low if it reacts. It already did a little bit. You can see we had that little pre-market level, which is also previous day low. The indices would need to help out and kind of pause or reverse. The 3-day puts in Microsoft, looking at the 415s. Amazon now pushing. Getting some volume spikes in SPY and Q on this push. I'm going to take a starter position here in Microsoft on those puts. Those are the 415 puts filled at 230. I've got room to add, and then if this market does continue to rip and Microsoft ends up getting strong with it, I'll cut above previous day low.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
S&P kind of pausing at previous day high. IWM still staying weak. I'll take some Microsoft off at 255. Filled at 255. Starting to dip. I only went in with less than half position size, but see if we get a chance to add. Even with the S&P and NASDAQ staying strong, Microsoft dipping, good relative weakness. Tesla still pushing highs. We'll take some more Microsoft off at 290 if it keeps coming. Filled at 290. Google rejecting a little bit at previous day high.
Order filled.
NASDAQ, S&P new highs. Guess Microsoft didn't need any help from the indices to go down. Netflix going through lows. Meta back to lows. Chips are just pumping. SMH up 3%. So chips are the ones carrying this NASDAQ. And I guess Tesla and Apple obviously carry a lot of weight as well. But some of these other Mag 7, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix all week. Bitcoin staying weak. S&P can't really get above that previous day high yet. Microsoft's a little bounce getting pushed back down. All right, I'm gonna open up a 1314 DTE. Microsoft still staying weak. Google, big rejection at previous day high. Tesla's still making new highs. All right, just posted that 1314. S&P, another pop. Finally got through previous day high, got above pre-market high. Q's staying strong. Tesla, Nvidia staying strong. Be back in 1 minute. All right, Nvidia getting a little tiny pullback. Netflix is pretty weak, heading down. Tesla, man. You guys still holding Tesla? Fast? Jonathan W., you guys still in Tesla? Tesla up 4.3%. I love being in a good Tesla pop, but did not get it. Did not take it. Were you on 0 day? 0 DTE, Jonathan? Nice. Nice. Microsoft trying to decide if it wants to go through lows of day here. Intel, another pop off previous day high.
Order filled.
If we can get S&P to kind of chop around this area, around previous day high, pre-market highs, we might be able to get our 6-7 transformed here. Not too long. Bitcoin's starting to bounce. Microsoft starting to bounce. Meta flushed lows and bouncing. Tesla and Nvidia a little pullback. I've just got in Microsoft, I think I've got 3 contracts left. Let me see. 2 left. Started with 10, took off 5 and 3. See if I want to add here. MSTR popping, going green with Bitcoin's bounce. I don't think I'm going to add to Microsoft. I'll just let this play out here.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order partially filled.
Russell, still not much of a bounce. Tesla, Nvidia still pulling back. Let's see, what's SMH doing? SMH, a little bit of a pause. Intel still pushing. AMD new highs. MU still at just below highs. PLTR, a little bounce up to previous day low. That one's been weak all morning. Amazon, a little dip near pre-market high. Kind of like that one. Amazon called. If it doesn't run away from me, I would look I'll look at the 0-day calls. I guess I got to go. I'm going to go 275s. They're cheap, but I need a better entry. It already kind of ran away. See what it does here. Goog, nice push back up to previous day high. Goog would be another one. Goog, 0-day options, the 397.5s. I'm going to take some Goog. Right here at previous day high. 0-day options, 397.5s, filled at $1.67. Nice little rebound. There we go. There's a nice little pop. I'll take some off first at $2. If we can get a little higher. Didn't quite get there. Got up to $1.98. Microsoft still staying pretty weak. Nvidia still dipping. SMH, a little bit of a pullback. MU, a little bit of a pullback. Intel, slight pullback. Netflix starting to bounce. Goog needs a little bit more push to hit my $2. Amazon still hasn't pushed through highs yet. And there's $1.97. $1.98. Still didn't get to $2. S&P still consolidating above previous day high. Meta starting to get bouncy after flushing previous day low a bunch of times. I think I'm gonna bail on the rest of my Microsoft here. Looking a little too bouncy. Out of my last two Microsoft at 257. So I've just got my Google calls now. Didn't quite hit my profit target. Now it's pulling back. With 0-day options, if I had hit my first profit target and then pulled back again, I probably would have added here, but did not hit it. Amazon still looks like it wants to run. Netflix aggressive bounce. Bitcoin aggressive bounce. S&P back up to highs. Goog is squandering. Not what I wanted to see. Got my order ready to cut Goog if it doesn't bounce here. Nvidia and Tesla still pulling back. MSTR still pushing. Intel new highs. Google acting like it wants to pop back up. Now Amazon's dipping. Kept rejecting that 273 and change level. Nope, Goog may need to get cut here. Had high hopes for you, Goog, but you were failing. All right, I'm going to cut. Out at 123. Amazon dipping as well. I'll give it a few more minutes here. See if Amazon starts to act like it wants to rebound. Even Goog, if it reclaims, I'd consider. So I'll stay on here a few more minutes. Basically at a scratch here. One winner, one loser. Ooh, look at Bitcoin go. Look at that little
Order
bitty
cancelled.
go.
Order filled. Order partially filled.
MSTR, coin, hood, circle, all popping. MSTR is the strongest. IWM finally had a little bounce. S&P new highs. Meta's bounce getting pushed back down. Watching Amazon.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
I like Amazon on the daily chart. It's had this little pullback below all-time highs. Nice aggressive run. Kind of looks like it wants to run today. Kind of reacting off that pre-market high. I'm going to take a small starter position here in Amazon, right at pre-market high. Consider adding. Filled at 37 cents. 0-day options, 275 calls. MSTR, another push through previous day high. Tesla popping back up a little bit. S&P made another pop. NASDAQ another pop through highs. My 1314 DTE already starting to show some profit, but my 6.7 needs price to kind of hold right here. Another 20 points would be up to the break even to the upside. Yeah, VIX getting to that point where S&P new highs, VIX going up. The hedgers are coming in. S&P up, VIX up is typically great for double calendars, which you're seeing profits already come in. Bank of America and JP Morgan just went red. I'm going to add some more Amazon here. 32 cents. Microsoft dipping back down again. I put an order in on Amazon right at highs of day at 47 cents to take some off if it pops. Yeah, there goes Microsoft. It wanted more downside, I guess. Tesla tried to get back up to highs of day, coming back down. S&P, SPX just got up to its upper expected move. A little bit of a reaction lower. Goog trying to pop back up to previous day high. I'm going to go ahead and close my coin calendar spread, my earnings trade from that I did yesterday for about 40%. All right, Amazon, we need a bounce out of you. Meta coming back down. All right, Amazon. It's going to be a cut if you don't bounce here soon. All right, Amazon's showing a little bit of life. Definitely some missed opportunities today in the in that run in chips and Tesla. Glad some of you guys caught that. Those are ones that I should have caught. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'll give it a few more minutes here on the live stream to see if Amazon's going to give us something, and then we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, Intel would have been an easy one to catch off previous day high. Tesla and NVIDIA. Could have caught those. Well, NVIDIA didn't quite pull back. I had the calls loaded in that one. It just didn't quite get back down to a level I wanted, but Tesla definitely could have caught. Did catch a winner in Microsoft, which it's about to put in new lows now. Took a little loss in Google and in Amazon, seeing if we can get a pop back through highs of day here. Still just kind of chopping around that pre-market high level. And really, I mean, this is not ideal. You know, I mean, it's just kind of been going sideways for the last 40 minutes. Not the kind of entry I really want to be on. Much better to catch entries that are already in a little bit of momentum. But we'll see if it holds. S&P pulling back to pre-market highs. NASDAQ a little pullback. Russell dipped again. Bitcoin dipped but bouncing. Amazon has got to bounce here. Any more lows and it'll be cut. Meta put in a new low. Microsoft, yeah, looks like it ticked right at lows. Tesla still dipping. Nvidia back down to previous day high. Which is also its pre-market high. SPY at previous day high. Just waiting on you, Amazon. Just waiting on you. Don't mind us. Just waiting on you. Got my order ready to cut Amazon. Nvidia bouncing off previous day high again. Tesla's dip getting bought up a little bit. Google. S&P, nice bounce right off that level. Amazon needs to get on board. Get on board. Get on board with the bouncers. Not the kind of action you want to see, especially with your 0-day options, because they're just decaying. That's why it's better just to get into trades with a little bit of momentum moving. All right, I'm going to cut. S&P bounced. All right, I'm out. All right, all. I'm going to wrap the stream. I doubt I will take anything else, but if I do see anything super interesting here in the near term, I will post in the Day Trades channel. Otherwise, have a good Friday. We'll be back for Power Hour. Cheers.